Welcome back to the 2019-2020 Viking Voice podcast. I'm here with,
Jack.
and we have a guest speaker today.
Oh, wait, do I go?
Yeah.
Oh. Hi, I'm Alejandra.
And she is here to talk about the play that just passed called The Government Inspector. So, Alejandra, do you want to give us just a quick overview of the government inspector?
Okay, so basically, the whole play is set in 1870s Russia, and it's very, very corrupt. Like, people are bribing each other left and right. And the postmaster opens a letter and finds out that a government inspector is coming to visit the town, and this random guy shows up, and they all start bribing him, and they all think that he's the inspector. And, well, I mean, it's over, so I guess I'll spoil it. It's not him, it's another person in the town. But, yeah, basically, that's what
Do
happened.
you think that the show was a really big success?
I think that it was a good show, but I think, like, ticket sales have been better other years. I think because no one's ever really heard of it, nobody really bothered to go until Saturday night,
Well,
so.
I remember that during Super Commons we went to go see a little bit of it, and it looked really good. I went to go visit colleges that week, so unfortunately I couldn't go. I think Zach was
Yeah,
visiting
I was in
colleges.
Mexico, right? Was that
Oh
weekend?
yes, yes,
Yeah,
yeah.
I got on a flight Friday after school, so I couldn't go that weekend either. But yeah, I agree. From the little snippet we saw, it was very good, and the plays are usually very good.
Yeah. Would you, out of all our years, you're in our grade 11th, what would you say the most successful play would have been like in the last couple of years?
I think probably if we're talking about, are we talking about just the plays or the musicals
We'll do
too?
just the plays
Just the
because
plays. Probably Rumors, I think.
I agree. I saw
Mhm.
Rumors and that was really funny.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that one a
That was
lot.
that last year? Yeah,
That
right.
was
No,
two
that
years
was
ago.
That was 2
freshman
years
in
ago.
year.
ninth
Wow.
grade. Yeah, it was really funny. I enjoyed it.
I feel like I went, but I don't remember it.
Yeah, you went with me.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did go, right? Yeah. So I don't remember it. I'm pretty sure it was good, but yeah, I don't remember it. If you want to, Alejandro, if you want to talk about how long did it take you guys to get like the play down? Like, how long did you guys like do start with auditions, and then when was the last rehearsal? Like, how
So
long was that?
the last rehearsal was actually like the Thursday before the show, if I'm being like completely honest. Like the whole week leading up to the show, it's called Tech Week, but everyone calls it Hell Week because we're all there until like 9 o'clock ish. So our last like run through was Thursday night, I remember.
Yeah, I remember during that week we didn't record because Eamon and Nicole were both not around.
Yes.
Because Eamon's in the play and
Yeah,
Nicole was
Eamon
not
was in
around.
it.
And Jack, I don't think either of us were around either.
No, we weren't.
So there was just no podcast that week. Or like I was around and then Nicole just wasn't around, so there was just no podcast. We just didn't have time.
How many people do you think auditioned, and then how many people do you think got into the play?
I don't know like the exact number, but I'm thinking it was around like maybe 35-ish. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that everyone who auditioned, with the exception of like a few people that either dropped out, got into the play. So, yeah, pretty much everyone who auditioned got in.
Does Mr. Wilgoose decide like what play that you're gonna do each year?
Yeah, he picks all of them.
Alejandro, what did you do on the play? Were you an actor or like a set designer
So,
or a costume designer?
yeah, I got cast as originally one of like the background people, but someone dropped out, so he gave me pretty much a background person, but with like 3 lines, which I was pretty happy about because I'd never been in a play before. But yeah, usually I'm on stage crew and like do the set construction, but I decided to audition.
Well, it sounds like that play was very successful. Is there any rumors or anything about what the play in the spring is gonna be?
So he finally gave us a hint, and we all worked it out, and we found out that it's Guys and Dolls, and he just posted, I think today, he just posted the flyers around the school for the general interest meeting.
Right. Are you,
So,
you're gonna go into that play,
oh
of
yeah,
course.
100%. Yeah.
All right.
So I guess if you want to join the play, email Mr. Wilgoose or look for one of the
Do you
flyers.
know
Yeah.
are there specific auditions for it?
The interest meeting's the 19th. I know that, and they give you the packet with the music and the lines, and then at the interest meeting, he'll tell you when the audition is, and you have to go sign up on the bulletin board outside of the chorus room.
What'd you say the next play was?
It's Guys and Dolls.
Yeah, I've never heard of that. Do you know
I've
what that
heard of
is?
it. I honestly don't know the plot behind it
Yeah, I don't
whatsoever.
know anything about it
I know
either.
I've heard it's been very successful in a bunch of other places as a play.
So hopefully then it'll be successful
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the plays here are usually pretty successful, and usually Mr. Wilgoose does a good job running it, and the plays always turn out pretty well.
I find that the musicals always get a lot of crowd, especially the last 2 years with Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Oh, Legally Blonde, the crowd was huge.
Yeah.
I went and I saw it, and it was almost impossible to get tickets.
I know. I saw it, and me and my friend sat in the back row because
Yeah,
we couldn't do
same.
anything, like right by where the lights and everything were. But it was a very good show, and so hopefully, it's as good as
Yeah, it's
that
those
one.
the musicals are what draw people in.
Yeah.
Like you would think, like I don't like musicals. Legally Blonde is one that I think is actually particularly good. So obviously I was probably very well done. Again, I think I was away for Legally Blonde when it came out last year, so I didn't see it. Um, but yeah, musicals with the big names like Legally Blonde draw people in. So that's probably why the Government Inspector didn't do as well as some of like the bigger plays. Probably just because again nobody's heard of it really. But again, it was well done, and North Shore is known for its arts. So if you're looking to see a good play, I mean, it's probably still very well done.
Yeah, it's also good to see people in sort of a different light because you see them in school all day, but like that's in the midst of learning, tests, finals,
Yeah.
midterms, college. So seeing them, it's like seeing kids play sports. It's like their passion, and you get to see them sort of in a different view, and you like seeing that out of that person.
Yeah, definitely.
So another play that's coming up. It's not like as intense as the fall and spring one, but the senior play, which I believe Eamon was talking about it last week, which was 21 ways to get detention,
Right.
and the senior play is supposed to be more of like a funny
Yeah,
thing,
it's more of a comedy, is what I
comedy.
hear.
Yeah.
Alejandra, any opinion on that?
I mean, I don't really know much about the senior play, so I don't feel like it's my place to like say anything. But I'm pretty sure doesn't the senior play like fundraise prom, like to
Yeah,
make the
it's
tickets go down?
the
Yeah.
senior play does that. The senior fashion show does that. Even the junior prom does that, and like everything for the 4 years, the 3 years before senior year that you're here, it all goes into prom. So the more you raise, the less the school suspends. The school suspend, and then the price of prom goes from like whatever 100 and something down to 60, 50, just to make sure that they get all that money back.
And the thing about the senior play is I don't think anyone's going there and expecting like some like top quality plays. It's just there for a good laugh and just look back on the years from before, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Those are definitely going to be more fun and like lighthearted, and want to just be have a good laugh here and there. You know, go see something, and maybe you're in a bad mood, go see 21 Ways to Get Detention, and laugh your butt off and have a great time
Yeah.
watching the seniors kind of almost mess around a little bit.
Pretty much. So you just mentioned this. The fashion show is on Thursday, December 19th. So I know a lot of people have been working hard on that. So if you're interested, it's Thursday,
Thursday,
December
December
19th.
19th. Then after that, there is the Acoustic Cafe, which is January 3rd. Jack, are you going
Yeah,
again?
I'm going. I missed the deadline, but uh, I got accepted.
Mr. Wankel?
Yeah, Mr. Wankel, thank you. Mr. Wankel allowed me to go, and Alejandra, I know that you performed last time
Yeah,
at
I
the
did it
Acoustic
last time,
Cafe.
but I missed the deadline too. I was so mad, but I guess there's nothing I can do about it now. It's probably way
What's
too
the deadline
late.
for to submit?
It's
What song
it's
you're
like
performing?
Yeah.
so they can plan the schedule. I missed it, and I just ran in there, and I'm like, Mr. Wankel, I'm sorry, I forgot. Is there any way you could squeeze me in? He's like, yeah, sure. There's no problem about it. I thought that I was actually being right on time because I'm usually bad with that sort of thing, and so I walked in there and I didn't see any signups. I'm like, oh no. But I'll be playing there. I'll probably do the same song I did last time because I wasn't satisfied with the way I did it last time.
I remember that I think you said on the podcast that you messed up a little bit and you were mad at yourself for maybe just a wrong chord or just messing up a little bit?
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell, honestly. Like, it was good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, for me, considering like I'm playing the song and I know what happened, and because I've heard it over and over.
Yeah, it's the same thing like in elementary school. I remember when everybody used to have to be in chorus. We were in fourth grade. The fifth graders messed up their song. They totally messed up, and like they were like, oh, we messed up so bad. But then I forgot her name, but the teacher was like, no, the crowd barely noticed. Like it's hard to notice just a little mess up and then just like kind of
Yeah.
keep going.
I guess I was a little hard on myself.
Like, it
I'm
happens
probably
in
gonna do
everything.
it again.
Sports too. Oh, I didn't do this. I didn't do that. But people don't notice. They still win the game. The song still performed well. So
If it makes you feel better, my first acoustic cafe, I literally wasn't singing into the microphone at all. No one could hear me the whole time. It was like a complete disaster, but it's okay.
So going back to plays, Alejandra, do you think that maybe some people that are in the play now may have a chance to go on to greater things like in college and so on and so forth?
I think 100% yes. Like, there's a lot of, I think the seniors graduating this year, they make up most of the theater department, first of all. So please join the theater department. It's going to be a complete mess next year because there's going to be none of us. But I know last year someone like pursued musical theater in college and they're doing really well now. Like, good for her. I think that a lot of the people could definitely go off into college and do like great things.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like Max Bros who have
Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot
yeah,
of
he has
talent.
a good amount of talent.
So I
Mhm.
expect. And was that
Yeah, his sister. Yeah, I wasn't gonna like name drop someone. I don't know if we're allowed to do that on here. So
What about his sister? What happened?
His sister
she's
was the
like,
person she was just talking about that went to
yeah.
college.
Oh yeah, no. We can name drop if they're doing something good.
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
We don't
I don't
wanna
know.
ta-
I
we
don't want to
wanna name
like.
drop anybody that did anything bad.
Yeah.
And then actually I have a question. Do you guys think that North Shore supports the arts enough?
In my opinion, I think like I not really involved with the arts as that much. I'm more involved in the sports and stuff. But I definitely think that you can always put a little more interest into going and seeing the play, maybe a little more promotion and
Yeah.
stuff, maybe because I think that for the arts, it just kind of sort of takes a back seat to sports, which it shouldn't whatsoever. So I
Yeah.
definitely think that
I
there should be more.
Actually, yeah, I agree. They supported the that Glen Cove football game that Alejandro, did you go? The North Shore?
No, I couldn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Jack went, and we were gonna go anyway, even if like we didn't like, cause we had known the game was coming up. Like even if it wasn't, but it was promoted everywhere.
Yeah, I know. All
Huge
the cheerleaders.
posters around the school.
Yeah.
Every cheerleader had it on their Snapchat or Instagram. It was everywhere. And for like the government inspector, there's a couple posters here and there. They have all the pictures of everybody who worked on it, and then there's like the sign at the front of the school, like
But nothing to really draw in people
yeah,
that wouldn't
like the
typically
giant
Yeah.
see a
posters
play.
for the football game is like that was huge. You walked in, you would walk down towards like the cafeteria.
Like
you
the
could either go
first thing
right
you'd
towards the
see,
cafeteria, or
yeah.
left towards like the library and the J wing, and you see the giant poster. Come to the football game, North Shore versus Glen Cove at Glen Cove High School. Come support our Vikings. Like the support, if we had like come to the government inspector, come to the senior play. I mean, more people would be like, oh, I saw the little snippet during Super Commons. I'll go. I'll spend.
Mhm.
How much is it usually?
I think it's like 750.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
almost nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, like 750 is not a lot. You could just to go and watch a pretty good play that is usually always very well run.
I definitely agree, and it's a perfect time because like fall sports are done with, and winter sports are just starting up. So it's a good time for the play to come up and be like a very popular thing. So I definitely think that it should be promoted more.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I agree with you though. I feel like we could push it more, like hype it up more and more people would go. Because the only thing that like the cast really does is all wear the matching shirts on
Yeah,
like
that is true. And
the
when you're walking by
Friday.
people in the hallway, it's kind of hard to see what people are wearing if you're kind of just focused on like going to
Mhm.
class or like even going to lunch. When I'm going to lunch, I'm not really paying attention to anything. I'm hungry after Mr. Rodahan's class, and I just really just want to go eat. So I'm not really paying attention when I'm going from class to class or to the cafeteria or to the library. So yeah, the shirts, yeah, they're cool, but again, not enough.
I
Yeah.
So I
definitely
think
agree.
I would like to see, I know it's hard because obviously you guys are working a lot to make the play like as good as possible. So I know it's hard, but the posters definitely like you could just put a big poster up like at the front of the school, and I
Mhm.
think
I'm sure that Mr. Cousins and everyone would be in full support of
yeah,
that for
people
Yeah.
sure.
would be totally be in
Yeah.
support of that.
So, news outside of school, the banana art exhibit. Anyone know about that? I heard that there was this big art exhibit about $120. It was a real
I thought it was
banana,
120,000.
120,000, my bad.
Yeah,
That it was just
missing a couple zeros there.
yeah. And then there was just it was a banana and
Taped to a wall and just like
yeah,
great duct tape.
Yeah.
and some guy just came out of nowhere and just ate it. Like
That's insane.
Yeah, it reminds me of the Banksy painting from I don't know how long ago, but the
It was like
$1 million
last
painting,
year.
and then when somebody won the auction, it slid down into the shredder inside the frame and just shred itself.
yeah.
It's kind of what it reminds me of. But I guess that's part of the art.
I
That's
guess
like
I mean
part of the presentation.
does anyone know what happened to that guy? I mean, some sort of fine or maybe arrested or something. I mean, if you eat $120,000 painting, there
Was it a
should be some
painting?
major
But I'm really
consequences.
confused by it. Like it just confuses me.
It was probably in an art museum. Like you walked in there.
Yeah.
How did like an alarm not go off? That's crazy.
Yeah, there's nothing protecting it or anything.
Yeah,
It's like
I mean, there's usually security everywhere. That's kind of shocking if you really think about it.
yeah. And then well, we didn't talk about this. The National Art Honor Society put up the 18 by 18 inspirational quotes up near the auditorium, which I saw today for the first time. I don't know. Anybody have any opinions on that? I guess it's a good thing.
Yeah, it's all like alumni from last year that they all picked their favorite pieces that they did, I think throughout their 4 years in high school, and then they put their favorite quote
Yeah, I think.
with
I
it.
mean, I guess it's a great idea. I mean,
Great way to
Mhm.
express yourself.
yeah,
Definitely.
it's a good
Yeah.
way to express yourself.
Besides like a senior quote, it's just another thing to add on to like leave your legacy as a North Shore student before you
Yeah.
go on to bigger and
Yeah.
better
Yeah,
things.
definitely.
In our last Art Honor Society meeting, they were telling us that the school's gonna start putting more like art installations, like from the students around the school.
I think it's
I know
great. That's
that.
actually a huge, great idea, because there's the little gallery with the windows. I've been in there 3 times, maybe. It's kind of secluded. It's kind of off to the side, and then there's the little almost like trophy case. I don't want to say trophy case,
Like
but
right in the front.
in the front.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
like,
the two.
yeah,
Yeah, I know what
Mhm.
you're talking
right.
about.
And then there's the one right by like N1 up there.
Oh yeah, with all the little like
The
Oh,
clay
pottery
yes,
stuff.
And you know
Yeah.
what? That I don't think that's been changed in a year, because one of those clay
Yeah.
paintings, no, 2 years, because I was in studio art in ninth grade before I took photography. We were doing clay. This one girl did clay, and it's still in there. It's 2 years
Oh,
ago. So
That's crazy.
yeah, I think putting more of student art around student pictures, student clay, student paintings would be amazing, and it just promotes.
Yeah, I
everything.
definitely agree with that. Like, promotes in a great way to express yourself in different like
Yeah,
like viewing in a different way.
and I think we're on to winter sports now.
Yep.
Girls basketball won yesterday. Today's the 12th. I think they won yesterday.
I believe
The
I believe
11th.
so. Everything seems to go off, it's been going off to a smooth start. We're hopefully expecting a lot of success from our winter sports because I mean our fall sports are very successful as well, so
Yeah.
we want to keep it rolling.
Yeah. Anything? Any other big news? I mean, MLB free agency is off to a hot start. Jack's happy about that.
Garrett
Cole.
Cole.
Just signed with the Yankees yesterday. Rick Porcello signed with the Mets today. Anthony Rendon to the Angels
That
on a
was
huge
really
deal.
big. Yeah, I was and then I was very happy about the Garrett Cole signing. And then in the NBA, the Bucks and Lakers are off to
Hot
some very
starts.
hot starts. No one expected the Lakers to be this good. I mean, I kind of was hoping that would sort of happen. Just like
Yeah,
one,
Jack's a Lakers fan.
yeah,
I say he's a front runner for it, but his grandfather was a Lakers fan,
Yeah.
so he's been a Lakers fan his
it's
whole
like
life.
one more reach for LeBron James before he goes off for
To retirement. And then the NFL, My Jets are terrible. That's really all that matters. Yeah, the Patriots are still good, even though obviously we'll talk about the Patriots a little bit. Clearly, they're on a downhill, like on a downhill stretch. You know, we were talking about their defense was amazing at the beginning of the year. But did they play anybody very good at the beginning of the year? No. And then they played the Ravens, and they got
destroyed. And
not
been on a
killed, but
downhill.
they got beat by a decent margin, and now they've lost to a couple teams, and the AFC East has come down to one game
I
between
was
the
very
Bills.
sure that Tom Brady would be here for a couple more years. He might retire this year.
He might retire this year. He has terrible stats, to be completely honest. Talking about Mitch Trubisky, I mean, one day we'll do a full-out playoff episode between Jack and I, and Eamon will probably come. We'll do a full NFL playoff episode. So we're not
Yeah.
getting into too much detail,
Yeah,
but
there's gonna be a podcast about sports in a couple of weeks, so
yeah.
stay tuned for that one.
Yeah, when the playoffs come, when the NFL playoffs comes, we know we will talk about the NFL season, and then
sure.
when the Super Bowl's over, we will have probably
A
another
whole
huge discussion
Yep,
about that. So we're not going
absolutely.
to go into too much detail.
Yeah.
But any other news?
I don't think so.
I mean, the impeachment hearings are happening
Oh yes.
on Trump, so that's huge. Those I haven't really been paying attention a lot, to be completely honest. I probably should be paying attention a little more, but those are happening, and that's huge for the country. And with the 2020 election on its way decently, you got 11 months from now,
Yeah, it's crazy.
or 12 months from now. It's getting there. So
Definitely.
this is a big step for the country if they want to get Trump out of office and bring in a Democrat.
Yes.
So, any other news?
I have like school news, I guess. Does that count?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, this is kind of like an announcement, I guess. Electra's having mid-year auditions for the spring concert. So everyone's welcome. You just need to prepare a 30-second piece, and that's it. So,
Yeah, that's huge news. We want to make sure we get that out.
Yeah. Good to know. So
it's gonna be after break. I know that for sure. And I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this. I don't know if this is true or not, but Men Aloud might be doing the same thing. That's the men's
Acapella group, right?
group. Yeah.
that's good news. Yeah, I definitely wanted to share that before we end
Before
the
we sign
podcast.
off. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and follow our Instagram at NS Viking Voice Podcast, or at Viking Voice Podcast. And contact Mr. Torrey if you have any more questions or need any more info at torreyl@northshoreschools.org. Please comment below if you want us to talk about anything else, or on the Instagram. Any suggestions, obviously.
And then anyone that wants to come and speak,
Do an
guest
interview
speak, be
again,
a
like we had
part-
Alejandra on today for the
Exactly.
play. Anybody from any sports or anything, or bowling, or basketball, anybody wants to talk about anything, comment, and we'll get you on here.
Yep.
All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.